What's up everyone? Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Before we begin, make sure to hit the like and subscribe and then hit the real subscribe button, which is the bell icon. We're posting 4 videos every day, so make sure to check back every single day. We're aiming for 20k subscribers and get a deal in the description if you haven't already. This is not financial advice. Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Let's begin. What's up guys, so just before we begin, make sure to hit the subscribe and bell icon. People aren't seeing our content and that's probably because you haven't hit the bell. Thank you again for all your support. We're so proud of the amazing community that we've built. So we're just taking a look at Vechain here and it looks as though it is still underperforming. As we've been saying for basically a few weeks now, we do think that Vechain, really is underperforming in the market, as you can see here. Still holding our macro trend line. You can see here every time that we've touched the bottom of our macro trend line, we have got a nice bounce to the upside. And recently we obviously got the same thing here. We got very oversold, bullish divergences all over the place. We got the bounce to the upside. It looked as though we were about to march on and we were looking for that Bitcoin fractal where we had our descending wedge. We come up, consolidate, come up, break the top of our wedge, back testing, continue. That's the fractal that we've been looking for, but it looks as though Vechain's had other ideas recently and has been, looking quite bearish. I think with Bitcoin dominance rising, a lot of altcoins are bleeding value back into Bitcoin for now. And you can see it here. We did actually start to see Vechain breaking up to the upside, but obviously over the past few days, we have been rolling over here, coming back down and retesting some key levels of support. If we throw the fib retracement tool on here, something like this, you can basically see what's been going on. Basically what's been happening is we've hit our head on a key level of resistance at the 0.50 here around 12 cents, and we have rolled over from this area of structure here where we had a nice bit of, you'd say a little bit of a range going on, something like that. But it looks as though we have come down basically to retest some of these lower levels here, this previous swing high at around, 10.3 cents. We've almost swept the low at the 0.38 here, but not quite. And it looks as though we're currently trading at 10.5 cents. We've basically come down and pretty much swept that 10 cent psychological support in and around that 0.38, looking something like this in this area where we have seen a decent bounce. If we look at the hourly chart here, you can see we've come down pretty much to 10 cents and got a bounce from there. You can see we've actually had a bit of a bounce, another rollover, and it looks as though maybe we've reversed our trend to the downside now. Overall, that we've had for basically, what is this, the past week or so, we've had a little bit of a downtrend here. We started to pick up over the past 4 days, still rolling over, still underperforming. Vechain looking, it's going quite flat, consolidating still, not really doing much. It actually makes us quite bullish to think, as we have said previously, you can see quite clearly here that just before this big run up here, we've had a similar fractal to what we've got now. We had a big run up, sell off. We had about that little bounce, one last sweep of the lows before the massive parabolic move. You can see here, this is our run up, just like we had here. This is our run up. We come down, we retest the low, we come up, we have one last sweep of the lows here before we get into our parabolic move, and we could be looking at that parabolic move pretty soon in our opinion. And also it's easy to forget that Vechain it literally ran from around 3.5 cents to around 30 cents in the space of 2 months, basically from March, from the end of April, from the end of February to middle of April, we ran from 3.5 cents to 28 cents. So it's pretty clear that Vechain can move when it wants to. Obviously things have been super bearish recently. It looks as though it has been, just consolidating, doing something like this, but sooner or later it is going to have that move to the upside that we're looking for. I mean, you could argue that we're looking at a bit of a pennant potentially, looking something like this. If that was the case, we could see that one last sweep of the lows going into the apex like this, basically in and around the bottom of our macro trend line before getting that real bounce to the upside. Because I mean, if you zoom out, look how crazy bullish this chart is for Vechain. If we're zooming out a bit, it's quite clear that it's potentially consolidating for that final move, isn't it? Let's be honest. So we'll just keep things short and sweet then with Vechain. The short-term price predictions, if we roll over from here, we have got that 0.38 level at around 10 cents as a strong support that we would expect to hold, considering that is a very strong psychological number and Fibonacci level. And obviously we're targeting the 0.50 at 12 cents and still targeting that 618 at 14.5 cents as well for our short-term price predictions to the upside. And then obviously, as we keep saying, we do think 50 cents to $1 for Vechain is very possible. That's only a 2 to 4x from the all-time high. A very, very achievable target in our opinion. That's only a 5 to 10x from the current price. So That's it, guys. We'd like to thank everyone so much for their support. If you've got any questions or suggestions, please leave them down below, and don't forget to subscribe and then hit the real subscribe button, which is the bell icon, to stay up to date with the 4 videos that we post every single day. Remember, if you want to support the channel more directly and get a ton of benefits and insight, as well as joining our growing community, consider the Patreon or YouTube membership down below. You can also sign up to our free Telegram via the description as well. All the links are in the description for affiliate links for discounts and free crypto, so go check them all out below. There's plenty of goodness on offer. Please like and subscribe. We are Crypto Maximalists.